Welcome, Brickmaniacs, to another Designer Studio episode of Brickmania TV. Today I'm here with Slam, and we're going to talk about this tank here, which has a lot of printing. Slam had his hands in this bigly time.
Bigly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's a fully decked out tank. What is it, Dan? Tell us about this tank.
This is a Sherman tank. Not only is it a Sherman tank, it is a specific Sherman tank used in a certain Hollywood movie that
you may have heard of.
And we are making it. This is a product that we were doing in conjunction with the Tank Museum in Bovington, England, making their tank that was used in a famous movie. And it is a M4A2E8 Sherman. M4 being the designation for the Sherman, the A2 meaning the diesel version of it, and the E8 stands for the horizontal volute spring suspension. So E8 means that's the 8th variant of, experimental variant of this. This is like military army nomenclature for all that stuff. That's, super geek out on this.
Over the course of one war, the U.S. War Department managed to get through 8 evolutions.
There's probably even more. There's probably even more. I'm not even, I think it's more than this suspension. There's different variations. The E2 being the jumbo Sherman, which had the bigger, super heavy armored turret, armored front end. So it's just a different experimental model. It ended up being standardized as the HVSS, horizontal volute spring suspension Sherman.
Yes.
And the A2 is very similar to the A3. It's just that you have a different hull slope, frontal slope on the hull compared to the original M4 Sherman, but it has a diesel engine, and that was mainly used for export. So the A2s, the Marines used them in the Pacific, but other than that, most of them ended up overseas as Lend-Lease vehicles. I believe, from what I can remember from being in Bovington, is that they told us that this tank likely came from Russia.
That would make sense for
them. So it would have been sent to Russia. Russia had most of their vehicles were diesel. So, of course, if they're getting stuff Lend-Lease, they're going to want the same fuel type. Makes their logistics a lot easier. So this ended up somehow back in Bovington, which is in England, and then was used in that movie. Very cool. Fury. I'll just go ahead and say it.
That just happens to be the name written on the sides of the barrel.
So this is a complete rebuild. We did a similar tank. We've done an Easy 8 Sherman before, and then we did a Hollywood add-on pack that is very reminiscent of what we have here. We just decided to incorporate it into one vehicle because it was one of the most popular, most requested things that vehicle combinations, I guess, that we've ever done.
And that was 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Needless to say, our capabilities have really increased in that time as far as printing goes.
Right. I mean, it's a night and day difference. So some of the things that have changed are the printed helmets, the printed headgear.
With these awesome tanker helmets with or without goggles. Yep.
We also have a new 3D printed gas mask on the front there. A German gas mask.
I totally forgot about that guy.
Yeah. So that's a new piece. We also the ends of the logs we decided we were going to make. So we made little 3D printed ends of the logs, and there's some other actual technical parts inside the tank that were 3D printed just to help you build this, help you with uniformity. Yeah, we call them spacers. I think there's some official terms like the M777 yellow band, but we made some special pieces. There's a little band around the barrel. This is kind of like the penultimate of the art of what Brickmania can do. We have 3D printed stuff. We have special brick arms on here. The barrels and the muzzle brake and of course the machine guns up on the roof are brick arms. The Commander's SCG-44 is a brick arms weapon that has been perfect calibered.
Yeah, yes indeed.
Let's say that this is the first time you're watching a Brickmania video. What is a perfect caliber weapon?
It's a brick arm that we've gotten from the Brick Arms Company, and then run it through our UV printers to add tons of detail and color.
Right. And Brick Arms is a company out of Washington State that specializes in weapons designed for Lego and other similar scale action figures.
And we have made hundreds of perfect calibers.
Yes, it's become a thing because we are have become, I guess, experts at printing these small objects using, pad printing and UV printing, and that's just what we do now. So if you had the original version of this, most of what you see printed on here would have been stickers. Almost the entire thing would have been stickers.
And one of the big downsides of stickering is this original Fury sticker. You always saw them like peeled off over time.
Right. And if you saw our mock in the either the Woodfield store in Chicago or here at GHQ in Minneapolis, you'll have seen that original model. It's actually on display, and the peeling sticker and all, immortalized in our posters that we were giving away or selling.
We do sell the Fury add-on pack sticker sheet as a standalone item. So if you need replacement stickers or you want to make crates of your own, feel free to pick up that and repair your old Fury tank.
Yeah, it's called the Hollywood add-on pack.
Correct. Yep.
Easy 8 Hollywood add-on pack. So, but this, what all have we done here? It looks like there's a lot of printing on this.
There's a lot of printing on here, and especially when you take into account that each of these crates is a 5-sided print. I mean, it's just a lot of time in our printers. So, and we have 2, 4, 6 crates plus a tarp.
I think there's actually ammo. 7. There's a double stack there.
Oh, there's a double stack there. Yes, I can see the hinges sticking out now.
So 7 crates plus the ammo boxes on the back.
Ammo boxes on the back.
Cans.
The tops of the fuel tanks or the jerry cans. 2 bags along the back, backpacks, a tarp on this side.
Let's tarp on both sides.
Another more different tarp on this side.
How about all those wheels?
Oh, we printed all those wheels. How many wheels on this tank?
Well, there's a dozen road wheels, and then you have the drive sprockets and the return roller, or not the return rollers, the tensioner wheels on the back. So.
Yep, those are all printed. And I will also say this is the first time I've seen it all together.
We've been oogling over this thing over the last half hour or so.
So it's amazing.
And the helmet on the stall helm there, we gave that the perfect caliber.
There's a 360 print on the helmet.
How about all these hatches?
Oh, this is a beautiful hatch.
Hatches up on the roof. Yeah.
Yep. The hatch with the spring action return.
Right, and the commander's hatch, which has the periscope printed on top.
Yep.
That's
Flip
a little
that
bit more
down.
challenge. And of course the barrel printed on both sides. The name of the vehicle.
Oh, it's not just the hatch; it's also all the vision blocks.
Vision ports. Yeah, for the all-around vision port for the commander's cupola.
Whew. It's a really, really thorough print job we've done here.
And then the 5 guys.
And those came with this kit.
The 5 guys came with the kit. And yes, these 5 guys come with the kit. These helmets, our very own Amanda designed all the headgear from scratch. These aren't based on anything other than what the real thing. So these are all original, and I believe the kit itself comes with 2 extra helmets. So you do actually get helmets for all 5 of your crewmen, but to match the props, we decided to put different headgear. So you actually get 5 pieces of headgear, even though you have 6, including this guy here.
This guy. When your commander needs to stick his head out under fire.
How about those paperback books that are back there?
Oh yeah, we've got a couple of books that were suggested to me as some light reading for our crew. We have a copy of the Iliad, which was famously made into a movie, or 2. And then we have Confessions of a Vampire, also famously made into a movie, starring a certain somebody who you may have heard of.
We were like considering this before we came down to the studio. We were I don't know what brought this on, but like it is conceivable that a certain actor was turned into a vampire back in ancient Egypt. Fought at Troy, was in New Orleans in the late 19th century to write a diary, and then of course appeared in 1945.
Went on to serve heroically in World War II.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
still
very
walking
likely.
among us now, I should add.
I like to occasionally.
So we'll stay out of California for a while.
I like to occasionally hide an Easter egg, and in this case, the book author is on a tile. There we go.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. just one Easter egg on this?
Just one. I don't drop them in as often as I used to, but there we go.
Yeah. So, and if you're a fan of all the printed crates that we do, these things aren't easy to do, and the reason we don't sell like a printed crate pack is because we would literally take up all of our printing capability just to do that pack Yeah, we would do a couple hundred packs. Sorry, you're not going to get any kits this week because it's all taken up with the printing. So if you're a fan of that stuff, I think the Pershing that we did, was it the T26? That has a kind of an astounding amount of printed crates on it too, and this is just a carrying on of that. So.
This is, I think, by far the most stowage we've put on a tank.
Yeah, it's great. I think we had too much fun making this thing.
Can't do it all the time.
No. So this is the first batches are rolling off the assembly line. I think I've been working on the instruction. In fact, this was just test built to the instructions to make sure it was all A-OK. And I think within a few days, if you're on that initial pre-order, you should be getting your notification that it's shipping any day by the time you see this anyway. And then if you missed out, I believe we're going to keep going.
Keep making them until we can't sell them anymore.
Right. So
Okay.
the proceeds, I should say a portion of the proceeds from this goes to the Tank Museum in England at Bovington, which is, it's a nonprofit that has a beautiful museum, but they document, they rebuild, and then they share the history of armored vehicles and tanks. And it's kind of a unique museum. I know that there are other museums around doing this, but maybe not on the same sort of level. Very few on the same sort of level of authenticity and I guess bringing the information to the public as the Tank Museum in Bovington does. So
I haven't been there. Hope to go someday.
you'll get there. We'll get you there, Slam.
Okay.
Just a matter of time.
And this tank goes really well with another tank that we have just released.
Tiger 131. If you saw the movie, you'll know why Tiger 131 matches. Pairs with this really well, but that has also just gone into production. Similar level of detail, similar full crew as this. But yeah, it would be a great match set.
Absolutely.
And if you have previous versions, by all means, this will be a huge upgrade if you're considering buying a second.
Sounds good, Dan.
Yep.
All right. Anything else?
I don't know. I think it's pretty good. I think it speaks for itself, and you're probably sick of watching us.
All right. All right, Brickmaniacs, you want a copy of this. If you don't already have a copy of this, go out and get one, and we'll see you next time on Brickmania TV.